I've been wanting to make this video for a while, and I haven't really known how to go about doing it, but I don't really know what to do with YouTube anymore. I started my channel a long time ago, like 2014 is where I was like, hey, I want to do content creation. Because I had been inspired by a lot of the people I was watching at the time, and I was like, that is what I want to do. I want to make video games, and I want to create content as well. And my parents were, well, my mom was supportive of it. She bought me my first camera, and I still have it somewhere. It's a little red thing. I'll throw it up on screen if I can find or get a picture of it. And I started making content pretty much immediately after getting it. I didn't get to make it for very long though, because 4 months later, my mom had an aneurysm and ended up in the hospital, and I ended up being homeless for about a year. Like, I slept on my friend's floor, and I had nothing to my name. It took me a long time to be able to save up and go get my own apartment. And then my mom moved in, my sister, and all that. And I still chased that dream. I picked up doing YouTube videos again, like shortly after we moved in. I know I primarily worried about getting like my YouTube set or my Twitch set up, and I didn't really know how to go about YouTube still in that context. I wanted to do Let's Plays and stuff, but I didn't have the skill at the time to edit, and I just kind of took streams and put them up. I didn't really create anything unique. I didn't do what I do now, where I do Let's Plays that are exclusive to YouTube. You're not going to see them over on Twitch. I started doing that way afterwards. And then, I was doing my best for a while, and I would set it down, and I would come back, I would start, and I would stop for a long time. And I hope you have noticed that ever since Apex kind of took off when it did, I started to put a little more effort into my videos. Yeah, it was footage from stream, but I still made the effort to make like unique thumbnails, and I was trying to do that. And I think, at least I feel, that's improved dramatically, but I still don't really know what to do because, Apex content has been doing well for a while on any platform, even before I lost TikTok, which is a whole other fucking thing. I don't really do TikTok anymore. I took all my content down because flat out, like, I don't trust the new ownership of the American servers. I don't feel comfortable uploading there anymore. So that's gone. And that leaves me with Twitch and YouTube, and I'm trying out this new one, Upscroll, but I don't know if that's going to do a whole hell of a lot until, it kind of takes off. And I've been taking YouTube more seriously over the past, like, let's say 2.5 years, where I've been dedicating myself to putting out Let's Plays and everything. And that's been going up and down, kind of. I can't really find any consistency or footing. I've been studying, trying to figure out what am I doing wrong on YouTube. I wish somebody could just tell me what the hell I'm doing wrong. Cause I made better thumbnails. I'm doing my best to be engaging in videos. I edit way differently than when I first started editing my videos. I don't like doing all these flashy cuts and shit, but I know, attention spans are fried. I try to make my videos as entertaining as possible. But be that as it may, Let's Play content as a whole just doesn't stick, the way it used to. And I still want to do that content. I'm still going to do that content. I just don't know how frequently. I'll probably try to mix it in, one video of that and then another video of something else. That way I have time to actually make those other videos the way I want to. And I'll get to those videos in a little bit here. I have a lot on my plate, and that's something I want to bring up. I know everybody's busy. The world's kind of a mess right now. I think that's fair to say. But like I'm going back to school because I'm transitioning completely out of seeking game design work. Like, yes, I still apply. Fingers crossed. I want another job in the video game industry. I've worked on one title to my name, and I'm not even in the credits of it because I was all post launch. I worked on Eco, and I did, I did, post content. I handled social media. I edited videos. I interacted with the Discord server. I did community management kind of stuff. And that was great. I liked the job a lot, and I wanted to keep going. I was like, when I was let go from that job, I wanted, all right, what's the next one? And then the next one never came. It was very close. I was very, very close to working on something that is near and dear to my heart, and I still want to go work on, but just wasn't meant to be, I guess. So I went back to the drawing board because I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of this apartment. I'm tired of where I live. And I decided to go back to school. I've been in school for about 2 years now, doing just the general stuff. I had some shit come up that kept me away for a semester, but I'm trying. This is hopefully my last semester of general studies before I can go do the actual full X-ray tech stuff because I want a life. I'm so tired of just scraping by. You know what I mean? Less than scraping by. I am about to go do my taxes, and I barely paid anything last year. Technically I don't even have to. That's how broke I was last year. But the some of the W2s, you gotta do all that. It's a mess. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Um, and job searching is just such a headache in this economy. Like, I hate it. Anybody who's trying to find a job right now understands how fucking miserable it is to be in that loop of looking for a job. So what does this mean for the channel? I kind of got the idea for the new direction from some of the channels I've been watching lately. Proxidist, he does a lot of fantastic videos. I don't always agree with his opinions on stuff, and that's the fun thing about a hobby. We don't have to agree on every fucking opinion, but he still puts out fantastic content. You should go check him out. He'll be linked with the other creators in the description down below. He kind of gave me the idea of doing shorter videos from kind of my backlog, what I've been tackling, and just games I enjoy, that kind of stuff. And then on the other side of that, Mortismal and the Completionist, Mortismal Gaming and the Completionist, they've been content that I've been enjoying quite a bit. I'm not them, though. I'm not going to 100% every game that I play to review. But Mortismal did point out, if you're going to review a game, you should at least roll the credits. And I can agree with that almost wholeheartedly. And I say almost for something we'll get to in a little bit. If you are going to put out a video, you absolutely should have played the game yourself. And I want to kind of do that. I want to test out doing like 5-10 minute reviews of a game. The show is going to be called 4x3, where I talk about 4 things I liked about the game, 3 things I didn't like about the game. And I don't know if I'm going to have some actual like review at the end where it's like 4 out of 5, whatever. I may just do like a play it, pass it, finish it, whatever. I'll figure that out kind of as this series evolves, and that's the new content. I want to try that, and like maybe I'll throw in a couple of like top 5 lists here and there because that's something I want to do. I've just struggled with getting myself to kind of take that step, I guess. And that brings me to another creator I want to talk about. Evan Rayner, Rain Day Gaming. He put out a book called The 90-Day Challenge, which you should go read. I plan on reading it here pretty soon once I can get my hands on a copy. And it's just like a way to get yourself kind of going with a project or the goals you've been having in life. And I've already kind of done this myself last year when I got let go from my last job. I kind of was like, I want to just do something every day so I'm not just idly sitting here. And I was like, I'm gonna do a 60-day challenge where I walk for 10 minutes a day. And that turned, because we got a bunch of rain, that turned into like, okay, I'll bike for 3 miles a day. And then I broke the bike, but I kept doing it, you know. And I felt way better, and I want to get back to that. I haven't stopped working out, but like I need to fix the bike, and I need to just get going. I need to increase what I'm doing because I still think I'm far too sedentary. I'm not trying to lose a crazy amount of weight, but like 100 pounds wouldn't hurt, you know? Um, and Randy was like one of those people when I was competing in Apex Legends professionally. He was the first person to like talk to me, I guess, from like, you know, higher up in the creator sphere or whatever. He was a very cool guy. We interacted primarily on Twitter, but back when I had a Twitter, I don't fucking have Twitter now. But he was always really cool, and I've always enjoyed his content. He's a good guy. Go check him out. That's all I can say. He's a good dude. Go check him out. I've been so going back to editing and the content and all that. I've studied how to edit a little better. I found out like because I switched from CapCut, which was really easy to use. I understood it completely. I switched to DaVinci, which I didn't fucking understand. I still struggle with a little bit of it, but I've been using it more and more for the past like 7 months, and I get it now. But there's still more I can do, and I've been learning how to like make text, active, how it reacts to different cuts, so it's not quite as like formulaic. I've been trying my best here to do things differently than the way I've been doing them and to make things a little more engaging. I even completely changed my recording setup to try. I'm going to do that in one of the recent Let's Plays we do, one of the upcoming Let's Plays we do, rather. I'm going to kind of edit or try this new format where I can have my camera and my game separate the way it used to be. And I can make edits to each individual. Kind of try to have a little bit more fun with that. But like, even then, I still don't. I'm at this wall with YouTube where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've studied other videos where I see them get like even just 14,000 views, which is a lot of views, don't get me wrong. But like, I would love to have a video kind of hit that and then, go up ideally. But like, what did they do differently in their description? Their thumbnails are similar to mine, so I think I've got that pretty nailed down. I can change that up a little bit, whatever. But like, what are they doing different? Because I don't understand. Like, and the more I looked into it, I picked up little bits of stuff. Like, when I was younger, social media was new, right? So you used hashtags to kind of put your content in the right slots because it wasn't organized. There wasn't an algorithm. The hashtags helped a lot. Apparently, they don't do as much now. Everything's algorithm based. Your video gets scanned and it decides to push where, pretty much. But they still can help guide traffic. So I'm trying to find the right balance between how many tags actually fucking do anything or help. And it's just sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Like, my YouTube shorts will sometimes do 1,000 to 7,000 views, or like the last few I uploaded, they got 8. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know, man. It's a train wreck. And I kind of was like, at first I was ready to just stop doing YouTube really soon. I was ready to just drop the channel or completely start a new one. I set up a new channel. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with it, because I'm already struggling with one channel because the channel is so old. I don't know if that even affects the algorithm, I set up another one to see if I can put videos on there, and maybe I'll do something. I do have an idea for games that I've DNF'd to put up there potentially, and maybe see what that does on the channel, which actually brings me to kind of what I was going to talk about. The games we're doing coming up soon. I want to revisit Mirror's Edge Catalyst because I enjoy Mirror's Edge quite a bit. It's one of my favorite games. And it's been a while since I played the sequel, and I actually don't really, or reboot, whatever you want to call it. I don't really remember a ton from it, so I want to go back and visit it, see if it's as like middle of the road as I remember. If I like it more, I want to just kind of rebeat it and do an episode of 4x3 on it and see. I was going to do Blood West I was going to beat this game and do the video. I'm done with the game. I have spent an hour and 40 minutes in the game, and I don't like it. Flat out. Spoiler alert. I didn't like Blood West. I wanted to. It's such a cool setup and environment, but I'm dropping it. I didn't really have fun with it until I modded it because I just found the combat too weighted and too clunky, and I felt like the gun I liked using didn't do enough damage. And yes, you find more and scavenge later and all that. So whatever. It just didn't work for me. I didn't have fun, and I don't want to push myself necessarily to finish a game I'm not actively having fun with. There are times where, yeah, if you push a little bit, you can get yourself to like a game. Case in point, Red Dead Redemption 2. I didn't like when I first tried it in 2018. I gave it about 10 hours before I set it down, and then my sister played it. She's like, you gotta try it. So this year I went and I tried it again, and I enjoyed it enough to get through, and my opinion on the game has swayed. I think it's an okay game. I think it's pretty good. Banishers, Ghost of New Eden, super underrated game in my opinion. I really do enjoy it now that I've stuck with it past the initial kind of hump to get over everything and my initial like wishy-washy feelings. I'm more or less enjoying it. You know, that's okay. Red Dead Redemption 2, I will agree, is vastly better than Banishers, but Banishers is still good in its own right. So, I don't know. To wrap this up, I'm not going anywhere right now. I'm trying new things and I'm going to see what we can do on this channel. Maybe I'll toss a few videos up in the other channel and we'll see how that goes. At the end of it all, it mostly falls on me to create this framework for this new ecosystem that I want. You know, I have to go get this new job, which means I have less time for YouTube or Twitch or whatever. I have to do these things because that's just how life is. Um, you know, I have to put in more work to getting my books out because like I'm still creating things, even though I said I'm kind of moving away or like figuring out where I actually am in this creative space anymore. I want to put my books out. I've had 2 books done for a while. I'm trying to get Soap the Shiba out this year. We're very close on that one. I know I keep saying that, but like the children's book I wrote, Soap the Shiba, it's done. I'm trying to get it out. And I'm doing the self-publishing route on that. And my other book, which is a longer novel that I'm aiming more towards, like it's a supernatural book, but like I want people who haven't been able to read in a while and are curious about starting it to be able to pick this book up as a good starting point and go from there and enjoy an actual story. I want this traditionally published, and I'm having a hell of a time with that. So it's on me to go do yet another round of editing. Maybe I missed something. Maybe it's not as good as I thought it was initially on a scan. You know, the last time I read it anyway. But I'm going to have to go through that again, touch things up. I'm going to have to figure out, you know, give these newer videos a shot and to make them a better product for you, the viewer, in the end. And just kind of force myself, not necessarily to not play games, you know what I mean? Off stream, because I've spent a lot of time lately off stream playing games, but to be smarter about the time that I put into things, set the phone down, engage with them, stop playing Apex just because I get decision paralysis on what game to play, and you know, do the thing essentially. And if you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Drop a like, all that fun shit. But I have to find this balance between cutting myself some slack because life is fucking difficult right now. I am doing my best, but pushing myself to do more. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. So, I'm not going anywhere right now, but I'm hoping the next time we do one of these videos, it's a little different. Like I say at the end of every video, be good people.